AM Best's annual ranking of the top reinsurance groups is out, showing Munich Re, Swiss Re, and Hanover Re once again holding the top three spots. Here to take a deeper dive on the rankings is Clare Finnegan, Senior Financial Analyst, AM Best. And Claire, the top three reinsurers didn't change from last year. How did the rest of the top 10 shake out?
Hi, John. As you noted, we had continuity among the top three. What we saw a big change in year over year was our number 4 spot. So last year, Canada Life Re was number 8 in the ranking, but this year it broke into the top 4. And this was the first time that we've seen a solely life-focused reinsurer make the top 4. Driving the increase in Canada Life's premiums were a couple of different aspects. One was a large multi-billion-dollar block transfer of Japanese whole life policies, as well as agreements to reinsure pension liabilities in Europe. Other changes among the top 10 this year was the downward movement of Korean Re. Last year, Korean Re had made the top 10. This year, it actually fell to number 13 on the ranking, and that was largely driven by currency fluctuations vis-a-vis the US dollar. Other changes we saw were China Re, that fell from number 6 last year to number 8 this year, and then rounding out the top 10 group this year, we had SCOR, Berkshire Hathaway, Lloyd's, RGA, and Everest Re.
Claire, were there any other noticeable movements, either up or down?
So actually, our largest mover this year was another life reinsurance company, Pacific Life. That moved up 8 spots in the ranking this year, and that was largely driven by single premium annuity treaties in Europe, as well as general growth in its business in Asia and Europe. Other upward movements were QBE and W.R. Berkley, which both moved up 3 spots in the ranking. QBE noted that it had meaningful growth in both its specialty and casualty reinsurance lines. On the other side, we saw downward movement from Sirius Point, as well as American Agricultural Insurance Group. Sirius Point last year in the rankings, their figures had actually taken in the pro forma look at the 2021 merger of Third Point Re and Sirius. Other downward movements we saw from IRB, which is a Brazilian reinsurance company. It was impacted again by currency fluctuations, as well as Axis, which had been pulling back from the property casualty reinsurance space.
Now, these reinsurers saw some fairly healthy premium growth. What do you suppose is driving that, Claire?
So in 2021, pricing remained strong in the reinsurance sector. In some of the companies that we rate in discussions with them, they attributed anywhere from a third to a half of their premium growth to pure pricing increases and not exposure growth. We do expect continued pricing increases into 2023, although obviously this is going to vary by line of business and territory. One thing that might weigh on the overall top 50 premium growth next year is this trend that we're seeing among some reinsurers of pulling back from the more volatile property cat reinsurance business. So that may dampen the growth that we see next year.
So the rankings were based on US dollars. However, does currency fluctuation have any impact on the rankings whatsoever?
Yes, so currency fluctuations are pretty significant. If a company does not report in US dollars, we convert their reporting currencies to US dollars as of the date of their financial statements. So for the 2021 ranking, we saw pretty significant movement for the following countries in terms of their currencies: Brazil, Japan, South Korea, as well as any countries within the Eurozone.
Thanks, Claire.
Thank you, John. Happy to be here.
That was Clare Finnegan, Senior Financial Analyst, AM Best, and I'm John Weber for AM Best TV.